All right, guys. This is the beginning of the road trip. The car is packed. Dog, wife, and all the supplies needed. I'll see you guys on the road. I'm back. I'm in the mountains. Before I start this video though, I want you to take a look at my walk today. All right, you see this behind you? This is the Grand Tetons. That right there. All right, this is my view. Let's just, look at this. I walk out my door and literally this is the wonderful, beautiful mountain range of the Tetons. Our place is just at the bottom of it. And this is my backyard. Hello, everyone. I had to resituate myself in order for us to have this chat because I was going for that lovely walk along the mountain range and there was a whole herd of elk because it's elk season. But that meant I had to pay attention to my dog because I'm introducing her to wildlife and making sure that she does not have the instinct to chase. And so far, so good. Well, we made it. And what a road trip it was. We started up in Chicago and we drove through Iowa, Nebraska, and into Colorado. We broke that into 2 days because frankly, we're just a little too old to power through anymore. I used to road trip across the country. I love to travel. I love to explore, and I've probably gone cross country 18, 20 times over the course of the last 30 years. But I will say I generally go through the South. Because it's just prettier. Never enjoyed it when I had plates on, like New York plates. Always inevitably got pulled over, your car got searched. But it was a prettier drive. Iowa and Nebraska. How do you know the difference between them? I mean, it's just like, it's the most tedious land. And you know, something else, the last time I did a road trip was before I was diagnosed, so it was about 4 or 5 years ago. Let's go 5 or 6 years ago. And the difference between then and now, I mean, I don't know, I found it, you know, going through Iowa and Nebraska, I mean, it's a hard living. Whoever chooses to live there, you know, wow, good for you. It's a rough environment. It's very, I mean, I just find it very tedious to go through. You just drive for miles and all you see is the 3 G's, right? Gambling, guns, or God. Miles and miles, and then there'll be a church, and miles there'll be a casino, miles and miles of nothingness, and gun ranges or big places that sell guns. Which it just, you know, the other thing too is we were going across the country and like I said, I've done this a million times, and this country is vast and it's diverse and we have a lot of issues, but there's a humanity to when you travel through, you know, there's a common decency and a common respect for each other as humans. I mean, not all the way, come on, we know that there's a lot of grossness out in the world, but you know, just you say hello and people say hello back. And wow, I mean, going through Iowa and Nebraska and parts of Colorado, I mean, there was an aggressiveness and a unfriendliness, and I don't know if it's because of COVID or because of the cultural wars, but you could just really feel it. I mean, I was in one place at the bottom of the mountains coming out of Colorado into Wyoming, and you say hello and no response, and then you say good day, no response, and you say goodbye, no response, and that's literally the cashier. Like, it's weird. And I will also say that there's a lot of hostility, a lot of like, and I grew up in this, so I get it. I grew up in rural America, and there was a division of this, and I feel like it was much smaller when I was younger, where there's just this aggressiveness of other, right? Instead of embracing our differences, and instead of embracing, different things, there's an immediate judgment, and I don't know, it just felt really gross. And I guess it's the result of the last 4 years of division, politically and culturally, and then COVID. I will say, some of this was addressed a little bit when we were in Estes Park. Chemo brain. Estes Park. I've never been to Estes Park in Colorado. So you're going through this just boring landscape, and then it's Estes Park in the mountains. Oh, wow. I mean, the drive through is just beautiful. I could just filled your heart, and especially after a very tedious 15, 16 hours of driving. And when we came into Estes Park and we explored a little bit there, we stayed there, and it was just stunning. We decided to treat ourselves, so we rented an individual cabin, so that we could be COVID safe, and had a hot tub. And boy, these old bones! I was celebrating crawling into Colorado. My back hurt. My eyes were all like just so much. My hips. And it was glorious to me, because that's not cancer. That's me getting old. And I'm here to get old. So I loved it. So we spent 2 days there, and we had a little bit of time to interact a little bit more, right? And so everywhere you went, there was signs, and their approach. It was interesting talking with folks from the community. They were asking people, please be kind, please be patient, please understand we have a large elderly community who are scared of tourists because of COVID. No matter what you think or feel about COVID, please be kind to our community, be respectful, wear a mask so that our community doesn't feel fear. And it was really... wow, I mean, I just talked to a couple people, and they talked about this past year of the aggressive tourists that came through, people screaming at shop owners and destroying their property because they had every right to shop in their facility without a mask, and damn it, if they don't like it, they should move somewhere. It was really heartbreaking. Thankfully, we didn't see any of that. I think we had a really nice experience in Estes Park and in Boulder, Colorado. We had a really good fun time. It felt nice to be out again, to be in seeing other humans, even if we weren't coming close. It's been a long year. Cancer and COVID. My wife and I, we spent probably 20 hours in that car laughing and crying and releasing so much, anticipation of so much, and it was a lot. It was a lot of time to think, and a lot of time to just get ready for this, I guess. Anyways, I am here in Jackson Hole now. I'm going to show you some fun pics of our drive, and then yeah, I am just, I'm still overcome with so much emotion that I made it back here, and that I'm healthy enough that you see where I'm at. This is the Snake River. You see there's a storm that's chasing me. I have to get out of here pretty soon. But this is a 2.5 mile walk into the spot that I'm sitting at. And it's like nothing. I'm strong enough to do this, and it's just so cool. All right, I can't wait to show you guys this beautiful place. I'll see you soon.